Okay, on behalf of our families and staff, I'd like to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the East Palo Alto Phoenix Academy. We have gathered here this evening to continue our journey toward college success for certain. Here before you, we've assembled a panel of experts in the field of education. Each brings a unique perspective and a vast repertoire of knowledge to share with our students and the greater community. We would like to thank each of you for participating in this event and hope that you will be inspired by what you hear. At this time, I would like to introduce a colleague and friend whose tireless passion and concern for our students has made all of this possible. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Javier Cabra.
All right, good evening and welcome to East Palo Alto Phoenix Academy. Like Mr. Matson said, my name is Javier Cabra and I'm the English teacher here. I teach 9th and 10th grade English. Tonight, our 10th grade class brings you an important discussion on education reform. First and foremost, I would like to thank the distinguished panelists who are here and they're willing to engage in this important discussion. It is an honor to be here tonight with people who have the power and drive to initiate positive change to combat the high school dropout rate in our communities. In reaction to the 1.2 million students who drop out of high school every single year in this country, we, as a 10th grade class, have decided to publish a book to inform our community members of the education issues that are debated throughout America. Our goal is to provide insight from all of our students on issues ranging from the voucher system, teacher unions, to the charter school movement and governmental policies. Before we begin, I would like to introduce to you a special group, the 10th grade class, seated before you. Tonight, seated in front of you are committed, perseverant, inspiring group of young people that work hard every day to be prepared for the rigors of college. Recently, every one of these students passed the English and math assessments for the California High School Exit Exam. Additionally, they have each written 12 to 20 page reports on their education topic, and they're presenting their findings and solutions next week to an outside panel. And the questions tonight come directly from the student research and are designed by students to elicit thoughtful conversations. And now, I'd like to introduce the two students who will be the moderators for tonight's event. We have before you Johnson Kachooks, and Jesus Goya.
Thank you again for being here tonight.
To start things off tonight, I would like for our panelists to introduce themselves. Could you please give us your names and describe your roles in the field of education? Starting with Sharifa Wilson.
Thank you. I'm Sharifa Wilson. I'm actually wearing two hats. One is that I'm the site director for College Track, and second, I am a school board member for the Ravenswood School District.
I'm Olivia Martinez, and I'm a trustee for the Sequoia Union High School District Board of Education. And I've been involved in public education for, I guess since about 1968. So in just about every capacity you could imagine, and it's something that's been a passion my whole life, and most of my professional life has been dedicated to working with youth, limited English speaking youth in particular, but all students in general.
Good evening, my name is Sari Mading. I'm the assistant principal at the East Palo Alto Charter School, and I'm also a Ravenswood City School District board member, long-term resident here of East Palo Alto, and also a graduate of the Sequoia Union High School District.
Good evening, my name is Amado Padilla, and I'm a professor of psychological studies in education at Stanford University. I chair the program in psychological studies in education. I do research, I teach, I'm particularly interested in child and adolescent development, and those are mostly the courses I teach. I teach students who are working on their doctorate degree in education. I also teach students who are studying for their master's degree or their BA degree. In addition to that, I was at one time on the Board of Education in the Palo Alto Unified School District. I did that for 4 years. So and I was also PTA president. So I've done that as well. So I've had some different kinds of roles in education, okay?
Good evening. I'm Tom Moore. I'm the president of Kenyatta College. The college serves about 7,000 students mostly from the southern part of the county. I became a high school teacher in 1961 and was a principal of 3 different high schools and then a superintendent, and then retired and then was pulled back into this work, this terribly important work.
My name's Barb Mitchell. I'm a trustee with the Palo Alto Unified School District. We serve about 12,000 students K through 12. I'm a mother of 4 and also had roots in PTA work and foundation work for the public schools.
I'm James Wilcox. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Aspire Public Schools, which means that I work for the students here tonight and across the state that go to our schools, the teachers and the principals.
Good evening. My name is Pat Gemma, and I am the superintendent of the Sequoia Union High School District. This is my 36th year as a K-12 educator. I started my career as a teacher, actually in elementary school, and then I got involved in teaching in special ed and mostly focused in the court schools, students that were in jail, incarcerated. And then I moved on to a administrative career. I've been a middle school principal, I've been a high school principal, I've been an assistant superintendent, and this is my second superintendency. Just prior to coming here 6 years ago, I was a superintendent up in the North Lake Tahoe area.
Thank you for introducing yourselves. So the first question tonight has to do with struggling to know accurate numbers of high school dropouts.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Mira Mendoza. My topic is on what members of the community can do in order to prevent high school dropouts. My question is directed to Dr. Pat Gemma and Ms. Suri Medin. My thesis is that all members of the community should come together in order to overcome the dropout crisis. There have been many different numbers on the statistics of the actual high school dropout rate, from over 60% to about 73% in East Palo Alto. What is the most accurate percentage for the East Palo Alto students, and what happens to these students?
The last number that I heard was the 73%. As far as having that data and knowing that it's the correct data, I know that there was a group of people last year with the Menlo College who went out to do a study on how many students are actually dropping out of high school from the East Palo Alto area. So the last number that I know of is the 73%. Your other question, the other part was what happens to them?
Yeah. What happens to these students that drop out?
Okay. Pat, you want to take that piece?